girls of struggle school. There was a certain school in the city of Kaduna called Garan Nasara Girls Secondary School. This school wasn't particularly well known to the public, not because it lacked quality, but because it catered specifically to girls with special needs, those whom life had tested far beyond their years. It was a Monday, and the sky hung low with gray clouds. In front of the main assembly hall stood 4 girls in green skirts and white shirts, the school uniform. Yet despite their uniformed appearance, their attitudes and expressions set them apart from their classmates. Amina, visibly pregnant, around 7 months in, was quiet and reserved. Despite her situation, which many deemed inappropriate for a schoolgirl, she carried dreams within her heart. She longed to become a doctor one day, to help young girls like her who had been deceived and left to fend for themselves. Zara, full of energy and bold confidence, had a strong voice and presence. Secretly, she smoked cigarettes, something she picked up in her neighborhood to cope with emotional pain. Her father was a known thief, and her mother had abandoned her since she was 9. Yet she had the heart of a warrior, always protecting her friends and determined to change their story. Kemi was the quiet one, but also the backbone of the group. She had no major troubles herself, no pregnancy, no drug use, but she bore the emotional weight of her friends. She read inspiring books, comforted the others, and guided them with wisdom. Her dream was to build a home for orphans and struggling girls. Binta, always smiling on the outside, carried darkness within. She suffered deep shame for falling into smoking and occasional drug use, a result of trying to numb the fear caused by her abusive father at night. Within the school, there was a certain teacher, Ms. Hanifa, a woman of few words but great insight. She had observed these girls from their first year. While other teachers constantly complained about them, Hanifa saw them differently, with the eyes of both body and soul. She slowly entered their lives through thought-provoking subjects like life and destiny, self-reflection, and struggle and victory. Gradually, she gained access to their hearts. She understood that these were not bad girls. They were girls whom the world had wronged. She established a club in the school called Destiny is Not the End. She made Zara the president, Kemi the secretary, Amina the motivator, and Binta began singing heartfelt songs during their gatherings. One day, a speech competition was held in the city of Kaduna. Their club entered with the theme, "The Woman of Tomorrow, She is the Pillar of the Nation." Zara stood before a crowd without shame and told how a girl could rise from the bottom to the top despite her pain. Amina stood to the side, cradling her belly, eyes wet with tears as she listened. That day, they won the competition. The state governor offered them full scholarships through university. Ms. Hanifa became more than a teacher, she became a mother to them. Zara quit smoking, Binta cut ties with toxic friends, Amina gave birth and returned to school after her maternity break, and Kemi earned a study abroad scholarship. 10 years later, Dr. Amina, Barrister Zara, Engineer Kemi, and Binta, the message singer, returned to the very school that birthed their transformation. Together, they launched a new initiative, the Center for Empowering Young Women. They had come to understand that no matter how harsh life becomes, there is always hope. Everyone has a story, and every story, when told with truth, can become a lesson for the world.